Mike the Troop Jackson, back with another edition of Fighters Talk. And today I'm here at Elite MMA in Houston, Texas. And I'm joined by the problem, Trevin Giles. How are we feeling today, man?
I'm pretty good, man. Thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well, but you got some exciting news that just broke not too long ago. You're the latest fighter from Houston to make it to the big show, into the UFC. Man, give us your thoughts on that. Where were you when you got the call and the immediate reactions going through your mind?
So my thoughts on it first, I was really just, I was happy. It's been a bit, to me, it's about time. I've been asking for it. I mean, you guys, if you've seen the fights, all of my post-fight interviews, I'm always saying I'm planning on going to the UFC. So for me, it's about time, and I'm happy that I got the call. Actually, when I got the call, I was here. I actually signed the contract 2 days ago. So we were sifting around fighters, trying to see who we could fight. And then I ended up getting a call saying, hey, we've got something for the 8th. All right, so and this was 2 days ago. So that took me by surprise. I didn't think it was going to happen that fast. I didn't think I was going to have such a short notice fight, but I'm happy to take it. I don't have to do much of a weight cut or anything like that. We're fighting at 205. So, yeah, it's great.
Now, this fight's going to be at 205, but we know you normally fight at 185. Is that just the 205 is just the first one, and then we're going back down to middleweight, or what's the plan?
Yeah, it was just something that we agreed upon. It's something that made it a little bit easier to have this this first fight. It being a short notice fight, you don't want to walk around weighing 200, 205, and then have a week to cut. So it was both easy on me and my opponent.
Oh, so your opponent, he typically fights at 85 as well?
I was looking at his record. He fights at 205 and 185, so he probably just let himself go a little bit and got heavy. So it would have been tough.
I got you. Now, although the contract for this fight was just signed, you just told me that you've been signed for a little bit. What's the, I don't want to say pressure, but you're kind of sitting around and you're waiting to get a fight. Like, what does that do to your nerves?
Well, first, I haven't really been signed for a while. I've been anticipating it. It's kind of been in the conversation, but the anticipating, just sitting around waiting is, well, first of all, I don't have a lot of time to wait. So so I feel like this whole time I kind of been waiting as far as sitting out, not being able to fight for legacy. But just the whole build up towards or the anticipation of fighting from the UFC has been kind of crazy for me. I've been since I was 7-0. I felt like I was going to get the call, so I had a couple more fights, and I just been having to be patient.
Now, your last fight was, I can't even remember the event. LFA, what was the number?
LFA, I don't even know. I think it was, I want to say 3.
Okay, so it's been a while. It was against Ryan Spann, and you got the split decision. But since then, I would assume you've been training, you've been staying focused in the gym. How do you feel that you've improved since that Spann fight?
Man, a lot. Honestly, I haven't been able to get a whole bunch of training with a lot of these fights I've been having. Due to school and working and all that other stuff, so my time was pretty crammed. Now everything's opened up. Just graduated, so everything's open now. So I've been at the gym, just working on new things, adding new things to the arsenal. So I've improved a lot.
Well, stick on school real quick. You graduated. What'd you get the degree in?
I got my degree in administration of justice. So I was at Texas Southern.
Okay, what are we going to do with that?
I plan on going into law enforcement. I actually got most of my application done now, getting ready to send it in. So hopefully I can get this fight out of the way, get into the police academy, and get everything going.
So is this, obviously you can't fight forever, but law enforcement, that's going to be something that is the foundation of you, and after fighting, that's what you're going to plan on doing? Yeah,
for sure. Besides fighting right now, law enforcement is also a passion of mine. So that's definitely going to be the end game. That's going to be what I retire with.
Understood. Now, back to the fight. Your opponent, John, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I don't want to mess it up.
Boknovic.
Right. You're taking on a guy, he's 8-1. All of his fights, all of his wins have come via first-round stoppages, and all but one have come by submission. Right. So we obviously know what the game plan is. But again, you train at an elite gym, a solid gym here, known for the ground skills. Do you feel comfortable with someone that we know what the game plan is going to be with all of his wins or majority of his wins coming via submission.
Yeah, I feel completely comfortable with this fight, no matter where it is. Obviously, on the feet, I think that's my fight. On the floor, I mean, I give the guy, all his respect. I mean, he didn't have to say much about his technique or anything like that because he's got finishes with it. But for me, personally, I'm not that impressed by his jiu-jitsu. I think maybe he's just good at doing rear naked chokes. If I'm not mistaken, that's the bulk of his submissions. So we'll just see if it's something that is strong come fight night.
Now, you, on the other hand, all of your wins, minus the last one, have come via stoppages as well. We know you're a hitter. We know once the fight gets to the ground, you like to implement your ground and pound. I've been fortunate enough to, I want to say I've seen all your fights but one, and I've been to all but two. And every time you get better, you get more violent too. Yeah. I see, like I said, your very first amateur fight, basically until your last pro fight prior to the UFC. You're going in there, submissions, it hits the ground. I'm going to assume we're going to look for the ground and pound.
Yeah, I kind of see that unless something happens, like the guy just gets KO'd or whatever. But yeah, I'm definitely looking for the ground and pound. And as far as me being getting more aggressive, my whole plan all the time, anytime I go in and fight, is just to impose my will on the other guy and I just try to break people, So if I can make him not want to fight anymore, then the fight's won. So that's what I try to do.
There you have it, Trevin Giles. This Friday, UFC 2. What number? We have so many numbers. 213.
213.
213. You're taking on John. We're not going to mess his last name up. Trevin Giles. Good luck in your UFC debut.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks.